you can sometimes end up in these situations where you feel like you're getting hit in the face with a cricket bat almost. Yeah, I'd have to go back to one particular morning, probably close to 6 months ago. And as I described them, you can sometimes end up in these situations where you feel like you're getting hit in the face with a cricket bat almost as a founder. And they come in often rounds of three. And for me, on this particular morning, we'd made a big strategic decision for the business. And that in and of itself puts you in a vulnerable situation because it takes a long time for those types of decisions to materialize into the right decision or the wrong decision. But accompanied with that, I had probably one of the more difficult conversations I'd ever had in my founder journey, which was the first time of letting someone go in my team. And that's a super unique experience for a founder because you're both taking on the role of the founder and someone has put a lot of trust in you to come on at such an early stage, but then also trying to act diligently, almost with a pretty straight face and follow due process. And I found myself at the end of that conversation, quite taken aback by what had actually happened and how I'd ended up in this situation. I think these situations really test either the advisors or the investors that you have around you at that point in time. And someone with the right experience that is supporting you as an investor or an advisor, I think really comes to life during this phase, because objectively, if you come back to those three situations, those are all things that everyone has to deal with as a founder. And if they can bring that perspective to you that you're not alone in this situation, you're not isolated in this situation. And fortunately for me, I had a couple of people that I could just pick up the phone and call. And you don't want to use all your cards at once with a particular investor, but to have someone that you can just share warts and all with, and they give you that perspective that, hey, this is a moment in time. And I think those types of moments feel like an age. Like maybe it was 3 hours from 10 a.m. to just after lunch, felt like days that sort of occurred. And for them to give you a really good advisor gives you that perspective. I think the other framework that I have for these things is actually like just closing the loop on them. I think that because they're so intense, because they're emotionally draining, it can be also tempting to let them stay open for a while, because the anxiety didn't just happen in that moment. That decision to let someone go was a decision that I had made prior to that morning. And although it was a heightened emotional experience, I also, not long after that, after speaking to some advisors, felt a lot of relief because it was the right decision as well. And I felt good that I'd faced up to that fear and I'd closed that loop on what needed to happen. So I think another piece of what's helped me through those experiences is facing up to that fear and closing that loop as quickly as possible. Because if you draw it out, I think that's what's going to, me feeling like that for multiple days could have been the end of my journey or multiple weeks, but I managed to find a way through the advice of those advisors to close that loop pretty quickly. And that's what gets you to the next, I guess, out the other side as well.